From New Jersey to Florida, the United States is surrounded by beautiful coastlines that have attracted millions of visitors over the years. Yet lurking beneath those sunny shores are some dark secrets. Every year, approximately 300 ships go down around the United States, with many more ending up in the hands of time. These wrecks can remain at the bottom of the ocean for decades, sometimes even centuries, silently guarding their cargo and passengers who met their demise aboard. Welcome back, everyone. It's me, number 10, the Ghost Fleet of New Jersey. The shores of Cape May, New Jersey, have always been treacherous. Throughout history, this area has claimed many ships, but none have left as big of an impact as the Ghost Fleet. In 1962, 5 oil tankers were anchored just offshore, waiting for favorable weather to move into port. Unfortunately, a violent storm struck, and 4 of the 5 ships were dashed against the beach and abandoned by their terrified crews. Since then, they've sat there like silent sentinels, slowly decaying into the sea. Today, these ghostly remains can still be seen from the shore, a haunting reminder of the power of Mother Nature. And if you're brave enough, you can even dive down and explore them for yourself. 9. The RMS Republic. The RMS Republic was once hailed as unsinkable, boasting the latest technology and opulent accommodations. But when it collided with a coal ship in 1909, it quickly proved that even the most advanced vessels aren't immune to disaster. With only one lifeboat available, many passengers and crew were forced to spend hours in the freezing water until they were eventually rescued. However, the aftermath of the accident was tragic. Of the 1,054 people on board, 81 perished, making it one of the worst maritime disasters in US history. But the wreck of the Republic remained missing until its discovery in 1981, lying nearly 2,000 feet below the surface. Divers who have seen the site describe it as surreal, with the ship so well preserved that it almost looks as though it sank just yesterday. Number 8. The City of Rock. Just south of Cape Patras in Florida lies the final resting place of the City of Rock, a wooden sidewheel steamer that met its end in 1864, originally built in 1858. The steamship was designed to navigate the shallow waters of the St. Johns River, but after running aground near Silver Creek, it had to be towed to a safe location. Sadly, it never made it. As the tugboat towing, it lost control and pushed the City of Rock onto the rocks, where it eventually broke apart. While most of the passengers and crew were saved, the wreck remained on the seabed until it was discovered in 1986. Today, divers flock to this site to marvel at its haunting beauty and explore what life was like aboard one of America's earliest paddle steamers. 7. The Orang Medan. The story of the Orang Medan is truly terrifying and has all the makings of a horror movie. On July 15, 1947, the captain of the nearby ship Sam Ratuta detected a strange radio transmission, believing it to be from the nearby Uran Marden. He tried to respond, but received no reply. Concerned by the lack of response, he decided to investigate. When he finally boarded the Uran Marden, he found something that would haunt him forever. All of the crew members were dead, slumped over in unnatural positions, as if frozen in time. Some were at their posts, while others appeared to be in the middle of their daily activities. There were no signs of struggle or foul play, leading to speculation that the entire crew may have been taken out by a mysterious illness. After the unsettling discovery, the captain contacted authorities and the ship was quarantined. An investigation revealed traces of carbon monoxide in the ship's cargo hold, suggesting that the crew likely succumbed to toxic fumes. This eerie tale remains one of the most mysterious maritime incidents of the 20th century. Number 6. The San Francisco to San Francisco was a sidewheel steamer that ran between San Francisco and Alcatraz Island. That was until October 1853, when it met its demise. As it approached the island, the ship clipped an unseen rock, causing it to spring a leak. Despite the best efforts of the crew, the ship began to sink rapidly, leaving many passengers and crew with no time to react. As it went down, it took 318 people with it, including prominent businessman Daniel Clarkin and several Chinese immigrants who had come to San Francisco in search of a better life. While the cause of the sinking remains unknown, some believe that the presence of hidden reefs in the area may have played a role. Today, the wreck of the San Francisco serves as a somber reminder of the dangers of the unforgiving seas. 5. The Eastland. The Eastland was a double-decked excursion boat that operated on the Chicago River in the early 20th century. On July 1915, The vessel was chartered by the mail-order cigar company to take its employees and their families on a trip to Michigan. However, tragedy struck when the ship capsized, trapping hundreds of passengers below deck. While the exact cause of the accident is unknown, it's believed that a combination of overloading, a malfunctioning engine, and a strong current contributed to the disaster. Of the 2,500 people on board, 844 lost their lives, making it one of the deadliest maritime accidents in US history. The incident sparked outrage over safety regulations and led to calls for reform in the shipping industry. Today, the memory of those who died on the Eastland is honored through memorials and educational programs that teach future generations about this tragic event. Number 4. The Titanic. The Titanic needs no introduction. This iconic ship was once considered to be the epitome of luxury and sophistication, but it met a tragic end on April 15, 1911. After colliding with an iceberg in the North Atlantic Ocean, the ship sank in the early morning hours, taking the lives of more than 1,500 passengers and crew. The disaster was so devastating that it led to major changes in maritime safety regulations. While the Titanic's final resting place was unknown for many years, it was eventually discovered in 1985, lying in two pieces at a depth of nearly 12,500 feet. The discovery of the wreck prompted a wave of fascination and media attention, with countless books, movies, and documentaries being produced about the tragedy. Number 3. The SS American Legion. On August 6, 1928, the SS American Legion set sail from New York City on what was supposed to be a routine trip to France. The ship was transporting 250 members of the American Legion, a group of veterans from World War I. However, just 3 days into the journey, the ship encountered rough seas and high winds that caused it to spring a leak. Despite the crew's efforts to save the vessel, it became clear that the ship was doomed. SOS signals were sent out, and the nearby ships rushed to the scene. Tragically, the captain's wife, who had boarded the ship as a civilian passenger, refused to leave the bridge until the last possible moment, choosing to stay with her husband as the ship went down. The wreck of the American Legion serves as a solemn reminder of the unpredictable nature of the sea and the bravery of those who serve on it. Number 2. The Vanda. The Vanda was a Norwegian steamer that was sailing from Baltimore to Norway in 1854 when it encountered a severe storm. Despite the captain's best efforts to navigate around the storm, the ship was dashed against the rocks off the coast of New Jersey, leaving 28 souls trapped inside. A local boat offered to help, but the conditions were so harsh that only 2 of the passengers survived. The rest, including the captain, his wife, and young son, perished in the wreck. Although the bodies of the crew were never recovered, the wreckage of the Vanya remains visible on the beach to this day, serving as a haunting reminder of the unpredictable nature of the sea. Number 1. The Whaley Shipwreck. The Whaley Shipwreck off the coast of San Diego is a chilling reminder of the dangers of sailing. The ship originally set sail from Boston in 1819 and was carrying a valuable cargo of whale oil and bones when it ran into trouble. The crews struggled to keep the ship afloat in the face of massive waves and strong winds, and eventually had to abandon ship, leaving behind their possessions and livestock. Only 3 of the crew members survived the ordeal, and they were rescued by a passing schooner. The shipwreck remained hidden until it was discovered in 1991 by a group of scuba divers. Today, the site is a popular destination for divers who come to explore the haunting remains of the ship and pay tribute to the crew who lost their lives. Thanks for watching. What do you think of these haunted wreck dives? Let me know in the comments below. And remember to subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time. Bye.